What is the Vantage Point Podcast? What is it? The Vantage Point Podcast is a journey. The idea being, I talk to people, get different perspectives on life, on the different things people are going through, people I know, people I don't know, people who I believe have some sort of value that maybe other people wouldn't understand. I think it's very easy in this day and age to be sort of narrow-minded about certain topics, whether it's your political views, religion, social, the groups of people you hang out with. It's healthy and it's a good thing to be exposed to people who think differently to you. I just want to make a sort of platform, I feel like podcasters have tried to do this before, but I really want to make the message and the thought behind this to be sharing lessons learned on journeys that we can all listen to and learn from, whether it applies to us necessarily or not, or whether we can just take something from that journey and apply it into our own journey. I posted a trailer and that pretty much sums up what the Vantage Point Podcast is about. I filmed scenes under the water, it's actually Blue Planet Aquarium, and I filmed scenes on the beaches and in the mountains and the top of Snowdon. The idea behind that being a sort of visual story of, how, I guess in a way, life begins in the sea and then we evolve to live on the land, but also about that kind of climb that we go through from our birth and learning things as a kid, learning things as a young adult, and then climbing and finding our perspective, getting to learn about who we are and what we can really do when we learn actually the best way of achieving stuff is to come together and achieve stuff. The idea of Vantage Point and the reason Snowdon, a mountain, is in the cover art is to sort of signify that, imagine on a mountain you have lots of different routes up. Snowdon, for example, has 4 or 5 different ways you can get to the top. Imagine people coming from all those different routes. Like, the things they would encounter would be totally different, so that might change their perspective on life or their journey. Whereas when they all come together at the top, they can share those experiences. That's where the name Vantage Point comes from, a sort of ultimate perspective taking into account information we couldn't necessarily have known ourselves, but we can only attain by listening to other people. So yeah, that's the idea. The Vantage Point Podcast is going to be short and sweet, 30-minute episodes, so ideal if you're going for a drive, going for a walk. When I listen to podcasts, I like to go for a walk, 15 minutes in a direction, 15 minutes back, I get 30 minutes of a podcast in. Easy for people to get into who don't normally listen to podcasts. I don't want to sort of exclude people who aren't already listening to podcasts because, I want this thing to grow, I want people to see it. Yeah, I'm going to get different guests on each week. Let me know if you feel like you have a story to share and you want to come on. Yeah, I'm always open to suggestions or people who you think have a really cool story and they are willing to talk about it. I guess you'll have seen me post a lot about, I train, I work out, I look after myself in that way, but also what do I do for my, I don't want to say mental health, but just mental perspective, I guess. What am I doing for that? And for me, engaging in these conversations with such a variety of people, I look at it as mental training to go alongside my gym training. So that's what I get out of it. And this video, I guess, is kind of a bit of a behind the scenes where you can see my setup here. put things in my room that inspire me. So I've got things from places I've travelled to, fond memories, Pokemon figurines. Anyway, hope this has cleared a few things up. Thanks for watching, guys, and catch you next time.
Thank you so much for having me. And I see that your podcast is going to take off and it's going to be really successful. So all the best with your journey and getting that better vantage point.
Life is a journey. Our experiences, our emotions, the things we learn along the way. We channel our energy by our very existence, always working towards a goal, always moving forward, moving towards meaning, climbing the impossible mountain of life, trying to reach something at the top. But we are not alone. There are other people with us for this journey, approaching the trials and challenges of the journey in different ways, different viewpoints, trying to figure out the purpose with limited vision. What happens when these people can find a way to come together, to share their perspectives? What will happen when they converge at the top? Welcome to the Vantage Point Podcast.